Now, Iran has warned countries against joining what it calls the United States economic war against Tehran. And the warning comes as Washington pushes allies to help isolate Iran's economy while diplomatic efforts continue to ease tensions in the region. Iran's Supreme National Security Council Secretary Mohsen Rezai issued the warning on Saturday. Speaking on state television, Rezai told neighboring countries not to join the U.S. campaign, saying any country participating in economic restrictions against Iran would be considered an enemy. He warned that Iran would harm the interests of countries that refuse to distance themselves from Washington.
Any country that takes part in imposing economic restrictions on us will be regarded as an enemy. Of course, we will first negotiate with them. We will hold talks and tell them to step aside and distance themselves from the United States. But if they do not act, we will strike. We will target that country's interests.
Rezai also said Iran had so far targeted only U.S. military bases and had not attacked American economic interests. But he warned that if Washington imposed further economic sanctions, Iran could strike U.S. oil and economic companies in the region and elsewhere. Now, President Donald Trump has meanwhile warned of severe economic consequences for countries providing what he called a lifeline to Iran. Washington has been pressing Iran's major trading partners to join the economic pressure campaign, but not all have agreed. China has criticized the U.S. initiative, arguing that sanctions will not resolve the wider West Asia conflict. The United Arab Emirates, one of Iran's major trading partners, have announced this week that it was suspending trade and financial transactions with Tehran until further notice. Iran's parliament speaker, Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf, also accused the United States of putting regional allies at risk. In a post on X, Ghalibaf said Iran had received messages from neighboring countries about creating new regional security and economic arrangements. He called for a homegrown and independent regional order to deliver peace and stability. Now, at the same time, diplomatic efforts are continuing. Egyptian Foreign Minister Badr Abdelati spoke by phone with Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi on Saturday, and the two discussed recent developments and efforts to create conditions for a return to diplomacy and de-escalation. Now, Egypt stressed on the importance of protecting international navigation and the security of Gulf states. And the talks come amid renewed tensions around the Strait of Hormuz. The situation is also having economic consequences for Iraq. Iraqi President Nizar Hamidi has said that Baghdad was discussing flexibility with Iran over oil exports through the Strait of Hormuz. He said some ships carrying Iraqi oil were being facilitated through the waterway. Hamidi also stressed that Iraq would not allow its territory to be used to target any state.